Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to night one of what is set to be an absolutely amazing two-night extravaganza of professional wrestling. Welcome to the Regal Rumble. I am your host, Silver Spoon, joined by the one, the only, Captain Tibbs.
And Sills, well, tonight we've got a Regal Rumble, a Rumble so regal that we can't show it to you in one night. We had to do it to two.
That is right, and we are starting off with an absolute banger of a matchup as this man challenges for the JWF World Heavyweight Championship. Tibbs, they call him the Gamer's Gamer, and he seems to be making that clear tonight.
Went for the Terminator entrance, gotta respect it.
He told me he was the Master Chief. Said some punk did it in a different promotion. He said, I wanted to show people how a real Master Chief looks. And you can see Mark Blaze looking focused coming down into the ring because, you know, he has wanted this match for a very long time. A couple of months ago, crossing the line, Mark Blaze was scheduled to fight the Dylan in a champion versus champion matchup, but we all know last minute Scottye Moore swooped in, defeated Mark Blaze for the JXT Championship, and effectively took him out of that matchup. And ever since, Mark has been looking for this opportunity once again.
Well, of course, Sills, and Mark Blaze, let his history speak for itself. He is a machine. He understands wrestling in a base form, and he is one of the most powerful individuals that I've ever seen step into the ring. But not because he can win all the time, but because he wins all the time.
That is right. I mean, let's not forget his time as JXT World Heavyweight Champion. Only a few men were ever able to even get pinfall victories over him. One, of course, being our current Captain's Champion, Crush Atlas, and also one of Mark's biggest rivals at the time, the man known as Mega Ran. Outside of them, I can't think of just about anybody that was able to get Mark Blaze's shoulders to the mat.
One of the most consistent wrestlers we have in this company, and how on he is. But here's another wrestler known for his consistence.
That is right. I mean, I was about to say all of those things we were saying about Mark Blaze. The undefeated streak, the ability to take on all comers in the ring, the tenacity. Those can just be copy and pasted about the Dylan. Both of these men, when they get in the ring, absolutely give it their all. But another thing both of these men share in common was a loss to Scottye Moore that weekend. And ever since, they've both kind of been wondering who it's affected the most, who it's kind of caused to wake up and fight harder, and who it's caused to think that maybe they've dropped down the rankings a bit.
Well, Sills, I would say, in that situation, you did say, the Dylan, Mark Blaze, we can say the same things about them, but the Dylan, he has one thing over Mark that I think will come into play in this, and that's his veteran status as a JWF wrestler. He has dealt with more loss. He understands how to build himself back up. Mark hasn't lost that much, Sills. Mark, he's still dealing with it. He's still learning. And we're going to find out if he's learned enough, or if the Dylan's veteran status is gonna come into play.
That's right, so why don't we go down to the ring for a few introductions.
The following match is for the JWF World Championship. In the left corner, accompanied by Tiffany, he's the Gamer's Gamer, Mark Blaze. And in the right corner, fighting out of Orlando, Florida, he is your JWF World Champion, the Dylan.
There you can see the champion looking at that belt, a belt that has eluded him for so many years. You gotta remember, when the JWF just started a few years ago, the Dylan was one of our first champions, but after he lost the belt, he was always hold it high, Shibby, there we go. But like I was saying, the Dylan always kind of struggled to get back up to that peak. And I think he is almost a blueprint for what a lot of these young guys in the company right now need to look up and see. I mean, take our tag champions right now, Demon Inc. They are riding high. But what happens when that title goes away? What happens if they ever happen to drop those belts? That's the question that needs to be answered. And for the Dylan, that was a few years of floundering, but then coming back with a vengeance.
Absolutely, Sills. It took time for the Dylan to find his place in the JWF, to find where he was the most comfortable in in-ring competition. And by God, when he found it, he never stopped.
That's right, but it looks like Mark Plays is really taking the champion to task in the early goings here. And you got to think, look at that. Dylan was going for that running lariat, but Mark Plays evaded it and just took him down with a knee strike. And you want to talk about the fact that Dylan does have the experience on his side, but Mark Plays equally has power on his side. You can see that big frame is going to allow him to muscle out of a lot of Dylan's maneuvers, but he's not going to get out of that D trigger. One, no count. And it looks like, look at that, Tiffany coming in hot, making sure he is distracted.
Sills, now this could be a game changer in this situation. We've seen it before. You can't let yourself get distracted by what's going on outside of the ring if you have any hope of winning inside it.
That is right. It may be the one turning point. I mean, we talked about it ad nauseum during the introductions. The Dylan and Mark Plays very much seem to be on equal footing. And now Mark has that one tiny advantage on the outside in the form of Tiffany. And now he is bouncing up those ropes. Was going for a spear to the outside, but the champion wisely evading it, hitting that big knee. And now he has got Mark Plays down, and the elbow drop straight to the back of the spine. That lower back goes for it. One. Kicking out at one is Mark Plays.
Like I said, Mark Plays is one of the greatest wrestling talents I think I've ever seen, Sills. He took to it so quickly. He mastered the art almost immediately as soon as he entered JXT even, and he's continued to show how great he can be as a competitor. But that's also something that can be said about the Dylan. It took him a little bit longer to get there, but he is a technical mastermind, and he's somebody who can outsmart some of even the smartest opponents.
That is right, but ain't no brains involved with getting knocked to the outside, but looks like he may have been playing possum there, waiting for Mark Plays to get to the outside, now taking him to that ring post. Now, we have seen Dylan utilize that ring post to great effort in the past, but instead it looks like Mark Plays taking the opportunity, and then, oh my God, just cracking the Dylan. His skull straight into that LED post, and now Mark Plays taking apart our announce table. I know Dylan usually likes to keep things in the ring, likes to be that technical spectacle he talks about, but it looks like Mark Plays taking things to be a bit extreme tonight.
You're right, Sills. I mean, we do know Dylan is this technical spectacle that he's become, but if you remember early on in his career, he was just as down and dirty as it looks like Mark wants to be.
That is right. Now it looks like he's taking it to him on the outside. Big kick to the gut, and we have seen this before. Power bomb directly down onto that corner. The hardest part of the apron, I believe it is called. And Mark Plays is showing that, because just look at the pain growing on the face of the #1 contender.
Sills, that ring apron, that's painful, that's hard. You hit that corner right there just right, it could separate your back into two pieces.
That is right, and actually I do need to correct myself. I said Mark was the #1 contender. Technically, Mark Plays is not even ranked yet. This is Mark Plays' first match in the company, but wait a minute, Kill Steele out of nowhere. Mark Plays kept up to his feet, goes for the pin. 1, 2, kicking out at the last minute. And that is exactly why Mark Plays got this match. Dylan saw Mark's work in our developmental system, JXT, and said, hey, if you want to come to the main roster, I am more than willing to give you your first loss on the grandest stage of them all tonight at the Regal Rumble. And it looks like the Dylan is willing to take it. High risk, high reward.
And that is the champion's prerogative right there, Sills. How long has the Dylan been saying this? He wants quality opponents. He wants opponents that will test his skills. He wants opponents that he thinks could beat him. That is what the Dylan wants. He wants to overcome the greatest adversity you can fight in the ring. He doesn't want easy matches by any stretch of the imagination.
That is right. You got to think both of these men are also going to keep their eyes on Night 2's main event, which of course is the 30-man Regal Rumble match, because whoever wins that matchup could go on to Wrestlepalooza to fight either of those men for the championship.
Very true, Sills. I mean, you bet if you're going to be fighting in the Rumble tomorrow night, or whenever it comes out, then you are going to be watching this match. Absolutely 100%. Whoever wins this match is going to be your opponent.
That is right, and it looks like Mark plays more than willing to take it to the champion. A second kill steal, this time through a damn announce table. And here's the other announce table, just crumpled under the might of Mark Plays, who just whips the champion into the ring.
So it's been a long time since we lost so many tables in a pay-per-view, and it's only the first match.
That is right, and look at that massive jumping lariat, and now Mark Plays is fully in control. This is the game Mark Plays likes to play, as it were, when he gets into a wrestling ring. Slow, methodical, and violent.
It is all about the game, Sills. Don't let them tell you different.
But right now, it is all about the most electrifying move in gaming entertainment, the Gamer's Elbow. Straight to the heart, goes for the pin. 1, 2. Oh, 2 3/4, and Mark Plays is besides himself. That was one of the biggest moves in his arsenal, and you can tell that he is not happy. Ooh, that elbow strike straight to the jaw.
Absolutely, Sills. I mean, you gotta watch both of these guys. You're starting to see the cracks form. You're starting to see where these guys are tiring out just the tiniest bit, and that's where you can make a mistake, Sills.
Oh,
and that's where somebody like Tiffany could come in and mess everything up for you.
That's right. Cracked him across the skull with that D trigger, but wait a minute. Cattle mutilation.
Yes!
The Dylan wrenching back on those shoulders of Mark Plays, and you can see the #1 contender in trouble, but wait a minute. Turns it around, and another strike straight to the skull, and then, floats over. Beautiful DDT from the Gamer's Gamer.
You can see Dylan was trying to maneuver Mark Plays into another position, but oh wait.
That is right, he's got him set up. What a spine buster! And for Mark Plays at this point, I think he has got to stay focused up. For Mark Plays, he has got to keep on his game plan, or else something like that might happen against the Dylan, who now looks like he's setting up for a second D-trigger. I'm sorry, that is thirds. And now he is not done. The champion looking to make a big comeback right now. No, instead, hits a kill steal of his own and locks him. Oh, wait a minute. No, hold on. Mark Plays tossing him over before he can lock in the Anaconda Vice. If anybody knows how deadly that maneuver can be, it is most certainly Mark Plays.
With as quick as the Dylan can lock it on. Amazing reaction speed from Mark Plays. He must have scouted that move so long that he knew instinctively when the Vice was being applied. He just reacted from instinct.
That is right. Now you can see him just going after the Dylan, keeping on that game plan. Goes for the pinfall after those series of lariats. 1, 2. Ooh, Dylan kicking out at 2, but Tibbs, I'm starting to see some frustration growing on the face of Mark Plays, and we were talking earlier, what's the difference between Mark Plays and the Dylan when it comes to that loss to Scottye Moore? And it's the fact that for the Dylan, that's just a loss and he has moved on. For Mark Plays, it is itching at him. It is frustration, and that frustration may be something the champ is going to capitalize on, but not if Mark Plays has anything to say about it, looks like.
These two have not experienced much loss in the last year. But let me tell you, it's all about how you react to it. So we're gonna see right here, right now.
Oh, slams him down. Oh, and now Mark Plays, he told me about this before the show, and it looks like he is more than willing to set him up in it. The no-scope just wrenching back on the lower back of the champion. And you got to think that Dylan has been slammed down to the mat. Spine busters, kills, steals. The back of the Dylan is absolutely wrenched, and you can see the champion was trying to reach for those ropes, but instead decides to roll through. And a lockout, and now, oh, can he lock it in? Can he lock it in?
Oh.
He is! He's got him in the vice! He's got him in the vice! And Mark Plays as tapped!
The winner of the match.
God damn.
Still JWF World Heavyweight Champion, the
And Tibbs, I have got to tell you right now, for Mark Plays, he damn near just batted a perfect game. Or pitched a perfect game. Whatever damn side of the ring he was on.
But Sills, I'll tell you something. That vice is deadly. Our champion is an unmatched professional. He can end a match in no time at all.
That is right, and I'll be honest, we've seen this in the past from the Dylan. That almost seemed like a desperation anaconda vice. The moment Dylan was back to his feet, he got Mark Plays down as quick as he could, locked in the vice with urgency. And that is, in my opinion, a show of respect from the champion.
Almost like I could have ended it at any time, but I chose now.
That is right, Tibbs. But now we move on to our next matchup, a steel cage match. Our last steel cage match was, of course, about 2-3 years ago between the men who will be fighting in tonight's main event, Mamoa Curry and Scottye Moore. That night they fought for the JWF World Championship, but tonight these two men are going to face off against Demon Inc. for the JWF Tag Team Championships, a title that you know the Southern Boys have held with pride in the past.
Exactly, Sills. Now that the Southern Boys are their own men again, in certain terms, I think that they want to reclaim everything that they once had, and I think they want to do it their way.
That is right. Of course, I mentioned them earlier tonight as men who had the titles and then lost them, and then they were a bit floundering like the Dylan. Much like that matchup that started the show, this also seems to be a matchup in parallels. The Wild-Eyed Southern Boys, much like Demon Inc., debuted on our main roster, and within the span of less than a month, we're holding the JWF Tag Team Championships. And then, that's right, but then when they lost that title, they went to flounder. And that is the question wandering through the minds of Demon Inc. right now, is if these titles come off of us, what's next? What comes next? But if Lawrence Whitney, the manager of Demon Inc., is to be believed, that's not an issue they are worrying about, because that is an issue that would only happen if they lost the titles, which is something that I don't believe they intend to do anytime soon.
Exactly, Sills. If you're worried about what's going to happen after you lose the titles, just don't lose them.
That is right, but there is one advantage the Southern Boys are going to have tonight, and it's the fact that, as you can see, Lawrence Whitney, the manager of Demon Inc., not at ringside, not able to, much like Tiffany did in the open, distract, not able to throw anything into the ring, not able to assist. It is strictly Demon Inc.'s game tonight, but at the end of the day, that is a game the tag team champions can play very well.
The following match is a steel cage match for the JWF Tag Team Championships. Introducing first, the challengers, the team of Houston Longhorn and the Beer Man Sam Adams. They are the Wild-Eyed Southern Boys. And in the right corner, representing the Whitney family, they are your JWF Tag Team Champions, Alistair Bateman, Sami Sin. This is Demon Inc.
You can see Demon Inc. handing off those championships that they have held with pride. Hold it! Who's
Who the
this?
fuck is that? I didn't hire him.
Well, Tibbs, we are, of course, in an arena that, I will say doesn't particularly belong to us. I guess he is, we have rented his work tonight, but as you can see right now, things starting off hot and heavy between challengers and champions. And you gotta wonder who is gonna make that first climb, who is gonna be the first to attempt to escape. And I gotta say, it's probably not gonna be the wild-eyed Southern boys, because if there's one thing those two men love to do, it's fight.
Exactly, Sills. I would say, if anything, the Southern boys are going to try to keep this in the cage as much as possible, while Demon Inc., it would serve them better to try to escape at their first convenience.
That is right. You can see Sam Adams ducking behind. Ooh, big neck breaker, taking him down. Meanwhile, Houston Longhorn and Sami Sin going after one another. But also, you have got to consider this. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, traps the arm, slams him down onto it. You got to consider this issue in a tag team match like this. Say you're Alistair Bateman, say you're Sami Sin, and you manage to make that climb and you make that escape. What you have just effectively done is left your tag team partner in the ring alone with two lions, two beasts in the form of the Wild-Eyed Southern Boys.
Exactly, Sills. You gotta be able to find that right moment. And honestly, the right moment for both of you to escape at once, if that's what you're afraid of, is to take both of your opponents down first. And that's gonna be hard as hell against the Wild-Eyed Southern boys.
That's right. Now, if you notice that Alistair Bateman just hitting the bee sting, a move that Bateman's associate Ghazi, his opponent tomorrow, Blake Tanner, likes to utilize. I think Bateman might have just been trying to get in the head of Ghazi's opponent while still taking out the Southern Boys.
It is true. A lot of shared moves. Some guys think, if you can do it, I can do it better. But maybe to get into the head of Blake Tanner, or maybe just to show off that Alistair Bateman, he's a pretty great wrestler in his own right.
That is right, but also, I mean, you got to think about this. The Whitney family are a concentrated group. At the end of the day, they all work together. Hell, if Ghazi could have come down here and beat someone down to help them out, it probably would have happened. If Big Cyrus Crane could have ripped the side of the cage off with his bare damn hands, he would do it.
Exactly, so, but that's what the cage is here for. This is just a match between two teams and two teams only.
Oh,
no interference.
Bateman's got him up. Oh! He calls that a cut above. That big cutter. He just landed on Houston, and it looks like he's going for seconds. Oh, wait a minute. No, instead just, slamming Houston down onto the ropes. But, look at that. The Southern boy with a big Hurricane Rana takes him down. And now Alistair Bateman is in the direct path of a cattle drive. Boom! But unfortunately, you can see while he was distracted, it has allowed Sami Sin to start making his ascent to the top of the cage.
And Sami Sin, he's almost over. He's gonna have to, looks like he's almost made it, but no, Houston Longhorn there right at the last second.
That's right, you can see both members of the Southern Boys going after him. A wise move. Sami Sin is a big boy, as it were, but Alistair Bateman quickly taking care of Sam Adams.
Bateman pulls Adams down, Houston Longhorn, but getting knocked off. Sami Sin, he's almost free.
That is right, but not if the beer man has anything to say about it. Sam Adams trying to drag him down, but, wait a minute. Might have been trying to set up for the demon driver, but Sam Adams stops him at the passes. Houston eats a brutal backbreaker.
Not good on Houston Longhorn.
That is right, and Sam Adams now looking to make his ascent. Alistair Bateman going after him, but might have been a calculated effort on the path of the Southern Boys. Sam Adams distracting Bateman, allowing Houston to climb, but wait, hold on. Houston managing to kick Bateman away. Can he get to the top of the cage? Not if Bateman has anything to say about it.
Yes, and unfortunately, there's only one Southern boy up, and both the Demon Inc. are up, and now both the Demon Inc. are up, and Southern boys are down.
I don't know if you noticed that Sam Adams, his arm was trapped under the boot of Sami Zayn, who then proceeded to just stomp away on the fingers, and now both members of Demon Inc. are up. And you can see Bateman already on top of the cage.
But there's Houston Longhorn. He's trying to get at least one member of Demon Inc. back into that cage. You think he's gonna do it?
Well, I don't know, but I think it was a wise move. Go after Alistair Bateman. At the end of the day, Sami Zayn has proven to be I don't want to say a much more competent, but I'll say a much more experienced member of Demon Inc. At the end of the day, if he escapes the cage, he's out of the match. He can do nothing to help his tag partner, who just got served straight to Sam Adams, who is opening up the proverbial can of whoop-ass straight onto the skull of Bateman, who is now directly in the path for a sobriety test.
And look at that, Sills. Houston Longhorn, he is out. He is out.
That's right. You see Sam Adams calling for the cage, but oh, wait a minute. Decides to go back to finish things off. One more sobriety test. No! Bateman pushes him away. Bateman pushes him away. Now he's up. He's up. A cut above. And let's see that one more time. And we like to brag about how much the wild-eyed Southern boys love to fight. But unfortunately, it looks like that love of the fight is what's allowing Alistair Bateman to unfortunately stroll right out of the damn cage.
And Sam Adams, he's barely stirring, and it's too late.
The winners of the match and still JWF Tag Team Champions. They are Sami Zayn, Alistair Bateman, Demon Inc.
The match, Sam Adams was inches away from being able to grab Alistair Bateman, but it was that 1 second too late. And that is why Demon Inc. are still your JWF Tag Team Champions. You can see they definitely worked for it. That blood covering the face of Sami Zayn.
Absolutely, Sills. What a hard-fought, arduous match there in the middle of that cage. And our tag team champions are holding those belts proudly.
That is right. And who knows? I mean, I cannot think of a single tag team in our division that has not stepped up and been stepped on by Demon Inc. So who knows what's next?
What's up, everybody? It's everyone's favorite commentator, Silver Spoon, here to remind you that if you're enjoying the show, if you're enjoying this great JWF pay-per-view, maybe consider giving back over at patreon.com/a-load-of-BS. That's right, for the price of a cup of coffee a month, you can support us, the Fight Boys, a load of BS. The entire network can benefit from just a few dollars a month from you. In addition, you get exclusive content like Wrestling History X from the Fight Boys. You get to check out old episodes of JWF. They're all waiting for you over there on patreon.com/a-load-of-BS.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it has been a hell of a night of action. And we are your JWF Defiance announce team. Scottye Moore, joined as always by Blake Tanner for this match for the Defiant Championship. And Bud, it's him.
I'm so fucking ready.
The Dragon, a man who, let's be honest, at the end of the day, I mean, I've said it before, I'll say it again. I didn't ever think Falcor could come to the JWF. I didn't think that our audience would be accepting of this Dragon man. But you can see the crowd is on their feet, and they are elated to see him challenge for this title that, in my opinion, I consider the spiritual successor to the JXT Championship, the one title that always eluded Falcor.
Exactly, the one title that I've wanted Falcor to have more than anything in my life, and he hasn't done it yet.
That is right, but if he wants it, he's gonna have to get through this man. Another man who, once again, both of these guys I had doubts about. For Falcor, I had doubts that I would he could even come to this main roster, that he could easily find himself as a consistent player in this company. And for AJ Steele, he's a man who I never thought could hold gold in this company, never thought that he would actually have what it takes to grab a championship. But he's our inaugural Defiant champion, whether I like it or not.
Oh, he's a man that I hate on a personal and a professional level. But he won, so there's nothing I can do about it. Except hope Falcor wins.
That is right. He's coming to the ring sponsored by Spunk, I believe is what it was.
I'm glad I don't have to listen to those advertisements.
Yeah, it's a real rough time, but I have to edit the episodes. That means I have to hear this idiot talk. But for now, let's hear someone else talk for some ring introductions.
The following match, contested under Defiant rules, is for the JWF Defiant Championship. Introducing first, the challenger. He is a dragon. Falcor, the Stoppable. And in the right corner, sponsored by Spunk, and the host of Wrestle Wars, your JWF Defiant Champion, AJ Steele.
Now, I will say, both of these men, experienced strikers. Two of their biggest moves they like to employ are strikes. AJ utilizing that steel beam, and then, of course, Falcor with his fabled 1-inch dragon kick. So I think that's what... Hold it high, Shibby! Sorry about that. I feel like that is what you need to watch for in this match, is to see these big impacts. See which one of these men are going to be able to, knock the tar out of each other first.
Mm-hmm. But see, that's the thing where I think it's going to be interesting.
Falcor!
Yep, that's Falcor. Falcor is probably, in terms of pure speed, Falcor is going to be able to literally fly circles around AJ Steele.
That's right, but unfortunately, AJ Steele has the power advantage. Yes, Falcor is physically larger, physically more imposing, but AJ Steele is, at the end of the day, dense. But, he can get taken down with a DDT just that quickly.
Falcor also has hollow bones like a bird, so he can fly.
That is right, and AJ Steele goes to the top. Whoa, looks like AJ Steele showing that he can fly as well. Hurricane Rana, I did not expect to see that tonight.
Did that refrigerator-built man just do a Hurricane Rana?
I wish you... Did that refrigerator just do a Hurricane Rana?
Did that walking thumb do a Hurricane Rana?
Did that man with a sad tummy just do a Hurricane Rana? And now...
Can this be the new Keith Lee thing?
Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. Went for that German suplex on the outside once again, but I guess went to the well one time too many, because the Dragon has him in the ring, and the Defiant Champion looking to be in trouble. Blue Dragon bomb straight to the mat.
Fuck yeah. Get him, Falcor.
Goes for the pinfall off of it. 1, 2. Oh, kicking out at 2 is AJ Steele.
Now, the thing that I hate to admit about AJ Steele is that he's really coming to his own under the Defiant rules.
Oh, wait a minute, though. Falcor very well may as well, because he's tossed AJ to the outside. We have seen him do this many a time over. Thread that needle, DDT.
Oh, that's one of my favorite things in wrestling.
That is
I'm too
right.
scared to do it, but I'm glad somebody does.
Then slams him down into the mat. And now, oh, wait a minute. Oh, AJ utilizing that elbow straight to the skull of Falcor, forcing him to release, but, headbutt once again. AJ Steele almost seems to be on the out and out right now. If I'm AJ Steele, I gotta get back focused. I gotta be worrying about my game plan and trying to hit that steel beam. But instead, it looks like Falcor's got him up. Oh, wait a minute, no. Falcor whipped into the corner, but no, AJ stops him. Oh, could we see it? Could we see it? Falcor has him set up. Oh, wait a minute. No,
Wait,
instead,
what's he-
what a suplex into the corner.
He just dropped him right on his head. God damn.
That's right, the steel beam. 1, 2, 3.
Yes!
The winner of the match and new JWF Defiant Champion. He is Falcor, the Stoppable.
And I don't know if you noticed this. When he hit that suplex, he had the arm, the steel beam as it were. That metal arm of AJ Steele tucked, where as soon as he landed, AJ didn't land on the mat. His head collided with his own steel beam.
God, that probably separated his shoulder as well. That's a... Holy shit, Falcor, you genius.
He did it, and he used his own opponent's moves against him. But for now, Bud, we have got I've got a hell of a night. You, of course, get to rest before you get to go toe-to-toe with Ghazi tomorrow. But there's still a few more matches tonight. We got a whole women's rumble to get through. Any predictions early on?
Oh, God, I don't know. There are so many that I'm looking forward to seeing. Your wife. Well, good luck in your match, buddy, and I hope you wish me the same tomorrow.
The following match is the 10 Women Regal Rumble match. Introducing first at number 1, she is Phoenix Driver.
Well, Tibbs, welcome back to the booth, as it were, because now it is time for the 10 Women Regal Rumble matchup. Also, I will say, the first Women's Regal Rumble in the history of this company. We, of course, know in developmental and JXT, they had quite a few Women's Rumbles. The woman known as the Debbie Duck, winning it last year, going on to main event Wrestlepalooza against our current champion, the woman known as Val Curry. But now, this isn't JXT, this is the JWF. And this woman, Phoenix Driver, may be entering in first. But if anyone in this match could Rey Mysterio it, as it were, I would say it's Phoenix Driver.
You know, Sills, I'd have to agree with you. Somebody on Phoenix Driver's level is going to be able to last and go the distance. If anybody could do it, I would say Phoenix Driver could.
That is right, but also you got to consider this. This woman, Phoenix Driver, the last time we saw her in a ring was in a loss to Val Curry. And ever since, she has not really been able to attain those same levels of success that she attained in JXT. Do you think perhaps the stock of Phoenix Driver has fallen a bit in the past few months ever since that loss?
You know, Sills, I don't know if it's the stock, really. I'm going to be honest in saying that a lot of people here in the JWF, they don't realize what their worth is, how effective they can be, how good they can be in the ring until they take a big L.
Oh, and listen to that, Tibbs. That is the music of a woman. You know Phoenix Driver has been waiting to get her hands on her opponent from Crossing the Line 2020 and the woman that she lost a JXT Women's Championship opportunity to.
And her opponent, entering in at number 2. This is the final JXT Women's Champion, Emily Ireland.
I mean, many people thought Crossing the Line 2020, that was going to be the coronation. That was going to be the moment Phoenix Driver finally attained the unattainable, attained that JXT Women's Championship. But then, of course, the ultimate opportunist, as it were, in the form of Emily Ireland, managed to retain that title. And ever since, Phoenix Driver, the one woman in this company to have never held any women's championships. And you know that has been itching at her for years.
Oh, I can totally understand that, Sills, especially with as good a performer that Phoenix Driver is, but she could just never quite do it against the level of opponents that she fought. That just shows how great the upper echelon of the women's division here in JWF is.
Oh! And look at that, Emily Ireland immediately hitting a beautiful German suplex, just dropping Phoenix directly on her skull, and it goes for seconds. Emily did not come to play today. She is working.
Absolutely, Sills. I mean, that's how you gotta be when you're in the ring with Phoenix Driver. You can't show any weakness.
That is right, and then tosses her into the ropes. Phoenix backing up for it. Oh, Emily dodges. Oh, and what? A big kick as we eagerly await the third entrant into this match. Oh, and this is Tibbs, another woman who has been waiting to get back into that main event picture. I mean, let's not forget when the women's division of JXT first started, there was only one real big name, and it was Ayanna. And then one woman decided to come along, Janie Hooves, the winner of their first ever Women's Rumble, and she managed to topple the Warrior Princess.
Exactly, Sills. Janie Hooves, she came in and changed the game in JXT, as one would say.
Oh, and speaking of game changers, here's another game changer. The first ever women's cash in the bag holder, the woman known as Larceny Daniels, another former JXT women's champion. And once again, that's got to be that doubt creeping into the head of Phoenix Driver. She's the only person to have never held gold, and unfortunately, as you can see, it's showing, I will say.
Taken out by Janie Hooves. Unfortunate there for Phoenix Driver.
That is right. Now Emily going after Janie into the corner. Oh, tosses her, but manages to hold onto those ropes. And you can see Emily just trying to punch her away as Cat Viva, the winner of the first ever J1 Women's Tournament, heads down to the ring.
The true winner, as one might say, was we know that there was some sludging of the numbers back in the day.
That is right, Tibbs. Of course, for the longest time, many people said it was the woman known as Tiffany who won that match. Of course, we saw Tiffany earlier in that match with Mark Plays. We're going to be seeing her later in this matchup. Oh, I was about to say we're about to be done seeing Larceny Daniels as Janie Hooves nearly sent her to the outside, and Emily looking to send Cat Viva out as well.
It looks like we're really kind of getting some big eliminate. Oh, buddy.
That is right. The Debbie Duck, the winner of the second Women's Regal Rumble in JXT. And look at that. Janie Hooves and Debbie going after one another. These two women, the only two to have been successful in a Rumble. And so that means they know without a doubt which person to be targeting right now.
Debbie, one of the infamous Duck family. You gotta be careful when there's a Duck in the ring. That's all I'm gonna say.
That is right. We, of course, know her brother, the Jebeduk, has earned the opportunity to come in at number 30 in tomorrow's Rumble. But tonight, he's got to be watching his sister with pride. Oh, as a competitor who, in my opinion, has been waiting for her moment, heads to the ring in the form of Lucretia Pendragon.
Oh, Lucretia Pendragon, another one of those devastating, hard-hitting wrestlers that it's just come in really hot in JWF, never really made a spot, but somebody who's wanting to prove themselves and wanting to hurt people to do it.
That is right. Let's not forget, of all people in this company. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, dumps Emily to the outside. Lucretia, in my opinion, is the one person who has taken our champion to the limit the most. I mean, Valkyrie and Lucretia went after one another. Oh, wait a minute. It looks like Larceny eliminated by Cat Viva as Skilla, the high flyer, makes her way to the ring.
Yeah.
And now the big thriller, Skilla, I think wisely taking her time getting down to the ring, because you can see there are 4 hard hitters in that ring right now.
Absolutely. So Skilla, of course, known for her high-flying antics and for her great speed.
Well, but I gotta say this, if there is any match that high-flying doesn't exactly benefit, it's gotta be a Rumble. You don't want to leave your feet. You don't want to go to that top rope, because that just increases your chances of being dumped unceremoniously to the outside. And it looks like that's exactly what the Debbie Duck is attempting to do right now as we await entrant number 9.
We're getting down to the wire here, Sills.
That is right. You can see right there, it is the woman known as Tiffany, who, earlier in the night, her boyfriend Mark Blaze didn't exactly fare too well, so if Tiffany doesn't do well tonight, I gotta say that's not gonna be a fun night at the Mark Blaze household, but Tiffany immediately taking out Janie Hooves.
Absolutely, Sills. I mean, she may have bribed somebody.
Tries to dump Skilla to the outside as well. Tiffany, very much in a state of desperation right now, I would say.
Almost immediately as well, Sills. Tiffany comes straight in, and she's going for the desperation maneuvers.
That is right. You can see Lucretia Pendragon staring down Tiffany. Let me tell you something, that is a match I think a lot of people would like to see, is see Lucretia get her hands on Tiffany, who's been plucked up and, went for the choke slam. Meanwhile, Jackie Law, the final JXT Women's Cash in the Bag holder, gets in the ring, but unfortunately, she's immediately been set up and dialed up. 619 from Skilla.
Legs right to the face, Sills.
Oh, and now Lucretia Pendragon taken out by the Debbie Duck. And now we are down to 5. Tiffany, Cat Viva, the Debbie Duck, Skilla, and Jackie Law. And you can see Tiffany and Cat Viva going at one another. We've already said it. There is no love lost between those two competitors.
Absolutely not, Sills. If anything, Cat would want to go after Tiffany first, but looks like Debbie Duck's not letting her do it.
Yeah, and you can see Tiffany just sliding underneath those ropes. I think she's begging that nobody sees her down there, as the Debbie Duck now, slams Cat Viva to the mat after just grabbing her by the goozle as it was. But no, Tiffany! Oh my God, Tiffany! After playing possum under the ropes, just assaults the Debbie Duck and tosses her out of the ring. The crowd is not happy about this one.
Unconscionable, Sills. I can't believe this happened.
That is right, but I mean, this is every woman's game in this matchup right now. And you can see the Debbie Duck besides herself walking to the back. As meanwhile, Jackie Law and Skilla going after one another. Went for a big kick. Jackie avoids it. Manages to grab her and then, oh my God, just drops that leg down. And Tibbs, that's a wise move on the part of Jackie Law. Go after the legs of Skilla. That's what's causing her to be able to hit these big high-flying maneuvers.
And once you take the legs out, that makes it much more easy for Skilla to make a mistake.
That's right, but that big power bomb. Oh, wait a minute. Cat Viva nearly taken out by Tiffany, but no. Looks like Tiffany not able to capitalize. Cat Viva appropriately skinning the cat, getting back into the ring.
Any misstep in this match, Sills, any wrong step, any miscalculation could lead to you being eliminated.
And once again, Tiffany, seeing Cat Viva assaulting Skilla, takes advantage and immediately eliminates Skilla. I hate to say it, Tiffany has been, I think, has the most eliminations of any woman in any Rumble match at this point because she just keeps taking advantage. But Cat Viva tossing Jackie to the outside, and that's some big momentum for her. But no!
What?
The winner of the match, heading to Wrestlepalooza, she is the influencer, Tiffany!
Well, Tibbs earlier, I believe Emily Ireland was referred to as an ultimate opportunist, but I think that title may need to be given to Tiffany right now. Any moment she had an opening, anytime she saw an opponent off guard, she took that opportunity and sent them flying to the outside. And, well, I guess Mark Blaze has at least something to celebrate tonight, but I think he may be the only one celebrating.
Most likely, Sills. Most likely. This is not how I expected this match to go at all.
No,
don't point at the sign.
Don't, that's not ours. Don't point at it.
I told y'all not to do this.
We sent explicit notes on this.
Damn it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following event is scheduled for one clusterfuck and is set to occur in Birmingham, Alabama. Introducing first, he is the bearded man from the Badlands, the absolute Badlands, Scottye Moore! And in the other corner, sporting the modest plaid on plaid on plaid, the man with the plaid crown, the plaid is plaid on the plaid, the man who knows nothing about wrestling and everything about plaid, Blake Tanner.
I'm sorry, was I supposed to do something there? I thought this was just you two.
Oh,
No, that's Dylan. Hey, Dylan.
And we are the Fight Boys, and it's a show about professional and not so professional wrestling. Make sure to check us out, because when you're a Fight Boy, you're a Fight Boy for life.
The following match is a Nautical rules match. Introducing first, the hero of the JWF, this is Scottye Moore.
And Tibbs, what we are about to see is history being made. Two of the biggest rivals in this company's history, Scottye Moore and Mamoa Curry, going toe-to-toe for the last time. And quite appropriately, a match that I think both of these men have made famous, Nautical rules.
I take exception to that, Sills, because I made the match. But you know what? They've done a pretty good job at adapting it.
That is right, Tibbs.
And his opponent, the God of Law, God of the Sea, and God of the JWF. This is Mamoa Curry.
And Tibbs, this is a man who, in my opinion, without him, there is no JWF. There is no Regal Rumble. There is no Wrestlepalooza. This company would not exist without Mamoa Curry, which is why many people saw it as a shock at last year's Tibby Awards when, while accepting an award for Match of the Year, Mamoa Curry announced his retirement. Announced that this year's Wrestlepalooza would be his last. And Tibbs, I mean, at the end of the day, the man is he still has it in the tank. I mean, I just said it. He was accepting an award for Match of the Year, but Mamoa Curry has come out and made it clear that with guys like Scottye Moore, with the Jebediah, Blake Tanner, that Mamoa feels that there's not a place for him in the JWF, that he has done all there is to do. And that's when Scottye Moore came out to the ring and said, there's one thing you've not done, and that's pin my shoulders to the mat.
Sills, this is a moment that we're gonna remember for a long time, so let's just take a second and savor it.
And you know that's how Mamoa Curry is feeling right now, savoring this moment, savoring one of his last matches against one of his biggest opponents. And what the hell is Scottye Moore doing? Walking to the outside of the ring, and, well, Scottye Moore playing a little cat and mouse right now with Mamoa Curry.
Scottye Moore running some laps around the ring. I'm gonna be honest, Sills, I was not expecting this.
Oh, and waits for Mamoa to get into the ring and immediately goes after him. And, lands a big super kick straight to the jaw, goes for the pinfall. One. Oh, kicking out at one is Mamoa Curry. Tibbs, I think Scottye Moore was just trying to get Mamoa frustrated, get him off his base, and take the advantage because, I mean, during our sit-down interview on the last episode of JWF Ignition, Scottye Moore made it clear he's not coming to this match for a victory lap. He is coming to this match to win because in Scottye Moore's mind, as long as he is that albatross around the neck of Mamoa Curry, as long as he remains undefeated by the god of the JWF, Momoa won't have a reason to leave.
That may be true, Sills, and I really gotta respect that outlook on the part of Scottye Moore as something tethering Mamoa Curry to the mortal coil of the JWF. And honestly, Sills, Mamoa Curry, he's been a friend of mine for a long time. I don't want to see him go either, but in the end, and I think Scottye Moore's got to learn this lesson, it's not our choice to make.
That is right. You can see, big strike straight to the skull before taking him down. And then, tries to drive the knee into the lower back. And you can see Scottye Moore not giving Mamoa an inch, whips him to the outside, and just punches him down. And now what is the hero of the JWF going for? Goes to that top rope. And now, might have been going for a splash, but Mamoa avoids it, and catches him off that splash and just, tosses him into those turnbuckles.
Scottye Moore wanted Mamoa Curry to show him no mercy, give him no quarter, and Mamoa Curry is abiding.
But Scottye immediately wrenching that chair out of the hands, but oh my God, a spear out of nowhere. 1, 2, 2.5. Scottye kicking out. I mean, at the end of the day, if I'm Mamoa Curry, that was I don't want to say a desperation spear, but that was a reminder to Scottye Moore of exactly who he is dealing with.
How much power he can bring into one singular spear. That is Mamoa Curry, pure and simple.
Big lariat takes Scottye down to the mat. Scottye whips the leg out, and you can see Mamoa having positioned that chair in between those turnbuckles. And Mamoa goes skull first into it, and you gotta think concentrated effort on the part of Scottye Moore, who now locks him in at the Cobra Clutch, just wrenching back on the neck of Mamoa Curry after it just collided with that steel chair. And you can see Scottye just begging for a tap out.
You can see Scottye Moore wrenching with every bit of power that he had right there, almost begging Mamoa Curry, no, stay.
That is right, but then Mamoa hits that big lariat and once again goes underneath that ring. This might be the first time in history I would see Mamoa Curry go for these weapons before somebody like Scottye Moore would. I mean, at the end of the day, the ability to use this weaponry is almost what Scottye used to make these matches famous, building these horrific weapons of mass destruction, lighting tables on fire, climbing to the top of ladders. That is the type of chaos Scottye brings into a match like this, but for Mamoa, he is bringing an even bigger amount of chaos as he just, oh my God, sends Scottye's spine first down onto that guardrail, and yes, there's a small mat on top of it, but underneath it, Tibbs, that is just solid steel, and that's even more solid steel in the form of a ladder.
Absolutely, Sills. I mean, you can see Mamoa Curry's got plans. He's thinking about something. He's 6 steps ahead right now, and I'm not sure what the hell's going on.
But Scottye Moore just kicked him. You can see Momoa's spine is bent around that ladder as Scottye just rains down those punches. Oh, God, no. And now he goes to the top rope. And oh, my God! Oh, my God!
Shit in a handbasket.
Scottye Moore's spine colliding with that steel ladder, and now he is backed up for it. Spear, no! Reverses into a DDT as Scottye Moore.
Oh, Scottye Moore had to see that at the last moment, reversing that spear into a DDT, using Mamoa Curry's own momentum against him.
That is right, and Tibbs, I'll be honest, if you want to... Oh, wait, was going for an SMG. Mamoa avoids it. Pops him up. And drops him with the Momoan drop. But it almost seems like Mamoa Curry is taking quite a few pages out of the handbook of Scottye Moore tonight. Usually it's Mamoa, the one who kind of takes control, but it almost seems like Mamoa is letting Scottye's style define this, and I gotta say, that is not a good way to win a match, I'll say that.
I can understand that, Sills, but I know Mamoa Curry well. I know Mamoa Curry as being one of the few people that say, I will take your style and I will show you how to do it better.
That's right, as he just collided that kendo stick straight with the skull of Scottye, who grabs that ladder and just collides with the skull of Mamoa. And now he sets that up, and Tibbs, you are no stranger to Scottye Moore and ladders, I'll say that.
And flaming tables, don't remind me.
That is right, but now Mamoa once again sends him into that barricade before picking him up and just draping him over the top of that metal once again, and then hits a spear on the outside. Let's see that one more time, just colliding down with the body of Scottye Moore. Those ribs have to be aching, the body has to be broken, but Scottye is back up and Scottye's still fighting. And wait, what the hell is on the mind of the hero of the JWF? Spear! Spear! Spear!
Right through those barricade sills.
You were saying Mamoa Curry was saying anything you can do, I can do better, but I think Scottye Moore just said, hey, you want to talk about the fisherman's spear? I have got the hero spear right here.
This is a battle of ego and wit right now, Sills.
That is right. Now you can see Scottye Moore with that table looking for a place to set it up to cause some carnage. And now he has got it set up right outside of that table. I think I know what is on the mind of the hero of the JWF who just slapped Mamoa Curry in the face. Tibbs, I think he's just trying to piss the man off.
That's what he's been trying to do this whole time, Sills. Scottye Moore wants one thing. He wants to get under the skin of Mamoa Curry so he can beat him. Mamoa Curry says that's impossible, but I'm not entirely sure.
That is right. You can see Mamoa attempting to evade the grip of Scottye. Oh, but wait a minute. Once again, Mamoa evading. I think Scottye was trying to put him up on that table, cause some carnage. Wait a minute. Oh, big kick to the gut from Mamoa, who now looks to be setting up Scottye once he got him up for, oh my God! Oh, I know some people might have been thinking he was going for the table, but that was even worse. The back of Scottye Moore's head collided with that ladder. Oh, but wait a minute, Scottye evades that attempt, went for the SMG, Mamoa evades it, and then, electric chair drop, keeps him down, and now look at that, Scottye wisely rolling to the outside, grabs that kendo stick, and puts it to good use against the god of the JWF.
Scottye Moore had to be quick on his feet when that one. Get out of the ring, find something to hit Mamoa Curry with, and then put all your force behind it. Oh!
And now Scottye Moore being sent into that LED board, and I think the hero of the JWF is bleeding. And I think that second shot was just for good measure, and now, well, Mamoa, I thought might have been going to that top rope, going for a big move to the outside, but instead wisely goes after that ladder. Now what the hell is the god of the JWF thinking? Oh, climbing to the top of that ladder might be thinking it's time for a brawl up top, and Scottye Moore gladly obliges.
And it looks like they are trying their best. I did not expect this from Mamoa Curry. Oh!
And Scottye Moore falls down to the earth. You can see Mamoa crawling back down, might be trying for a pinfall, but no, instead just pulls him back up. Tibbs, I don't know if either of these men are even gonna go for a damn pinfall in this match.
I don't know, Sills. It would not surprise me if one of these guys wanted to go for a full-on knockout, completely incapacitate your enemy.
That is right. Now you can see both of them fighting over that table. Oh no, Momoa's got him up. Oh! Looks like the last minute Scottye manages to move that table with his feet. But Mamoa now just laying in the shots.
Mamoa Curry trying his best. Scottye Moore weaseled out of that table
ladder
spot.
in the way. Is he about to try to spear him through a ladder? Oh my God! Scottye turned it into a DDT at the very last minute with the ladder involved, and now I don't know if Mamoa Curry has anything to. Oh my God!
Oh, he's doing it again, Sills. He's doing it.
That's right, and now, well, Tibbs, I think Mamoa Curry might just be smarter than you.
Hey.
Because he says, hey, if there's a flaming table and a ladder, I'm not climbing up there. But you can see
He
Scottye.
learned from my mistakes, damn it.
Oh, wait. SMG through the flaming table. Falls into the pinfall. 1, 2. Oh, 2 3/4. Mamoa kicking out. And now pulls him back to his feet. But I think this is all Scottye Moore's game right now. Mamoa Curry, well, I was about to say is the walking wounded, but instead is bringing it to the hero of the JWF once again.
Absolutely, Sills. Mamoa Curry, he's just not stopping. And Scottye Moore is throwing everything at him he can.
That is right. And now gets back to his feet, and Scottye slaps away that attempt at the Momoan punch, wraps him in the ropes, and then just drops him on his skull. And now that ladder is still standing ominously in the center of the ring. As Scottye drags him over to the ropes. What is the hero of the JWF thinking? Another slap to the face, sends Mamoa to the outside, bounces off the ropes. Oh my God! Tope Suicida!
Scottye Moore putting his body and life on the line to defeat Mamoa Curry. To keep Mamoa Curry in this company for one more day, one more pay-per-view, one more year, one last go.
That is right, and now Scottye has that ladder in hand. What the hell is he thinking he's gonna be doing with it? Leans it against the ropes and, oh, wait a minute, instead, Mamoa gets back into the ring and just sends that big shot straight to the skull and then a leg drop taking down Scottye Moore. And Tibbs, look at the crimson mask donning the face of these two warriors tonight. Oh, Scottye avoids that Momoan punch once again.
That's a lot of blood right there, Sills.
Evades that big drop kick, sends him to the outside. Scottye gets back in, and Mamoa kicks him away. And big boot takes him down, but wait a minute, Tibbs, I don't know if you noticed that. Mamoa hit a big boot, but then wasn't even able to keep his footing. Mamoa, flies to the outside, though.
Absolutely, you can see Mamoa Curry, even he stumbles, but that doesn't mean he's gonna fall just yet.
That is right, but if I'm Scottye Moore, if I had seen that, I think that is the moment I start turning things into high gear. I start trying to finish things off right now. And he starts it with an SMG to the outside.
God. Painful move right there. Mamoa Curry's head goes crashing into the mat twice.
He is not done. Scottye Moore has snapped. I think in Scottye Moore's mind, he's saying, hey, wait a minute, reverses the SMG. Goes for the spear. Instead, Scottye plucks him up, drops him on the outside once again. I think Scottye says, hey, if you're not going to stay, I'm about to retire you myself, because he is just assaulting the god of the JWF, who's wisely getting things back into the ring.
He can't seem to get the guy into a pinning predicament, just take him out completely, but Momoa's not ready for that.
Momoan punch straight to the skull. And now you can see Mamoa backed up into that corner. There was a moment of hesitation, but he nails the spear in the center of the ring.
Oh, that's gotta be it.
That is right. Now you can see Mamoa exhausted, but he's not done. I think Scottye Moore may be in danger. He asked for the god of the JWF, not the Mamoa Curry that he beat at Wrestlepalooza, not the one that allowed him to walk out of a steel cage. Scottye Moore wanted to face a god tonight, and that's exactly what he is getting.
Zeus, was that kendo stick glowing?
That is right, but wait a minute. Scottye taking advantage. Slams him to the mat, backs up. What is Scottye Moore thinking? Backs up into that corner, could be mocking Mamoa Curry. Yeah, ducking down, much like Mamoa does before his spear. But instead, what a German suplex.
Right onto his back. Mamoa Curry is covered in blood.
That is right. Now Scottye the one to go to the outside, grabbing that steel chair. There is madness going on in the mind of the hero of the JWF. Oh my God!
He's just destroying him with that chair, Sills. That is, Scottye Moore just wants to take everything Mamoa Curry is and dismantle it.
That's right, Mamoa wisely grabbing that chair at the last minute, but avoids that lariat attempt is Scottye Moore, who once again grabs that kendo stick and is punishing the god of the JWF. You can almost see in his eyes the sorrow of Scottye Moore saying, hey, is this it? Is this really who you are? Show me the god of the JWF.
Mamoa Curry.
And there he is right there. What a spear.
6-inch spear right there, Silves. It may be closer contact,
That's
but
right,
it's just as
1,
painful.
2, 2 3/4. Scottye Moore kicking out of that small spear. And you can see Mamoa taking in the cheers of the crowd for what is one of the last times he will be in front of the JWF audience. And now he is just slamming down that arm of Scottye Moore before picking him up and nails the Momoan punch, but he's not done. Picks him up.
The confidence of Mamoa Curry even this late into the game.
That's right. You can see Scottye at the last minute rolled through, hit that heel kick, tries for it again. Mamoa evolves, big punch, and then what a big boot! And he's not done. Scottye Moore looking to put the exclamation point on it. No, avoids it, and eats a shoulder tackle for his troubles.
Mamoa Curry's not done. Mamoa Curry's just getting started, Sills.
That's right. Momoan punch straight to the jaw, falls down into it. 1, 2, 2 3/4. Scottye Moore kicking out, and Mamoa saying, what is it going to take? This man has spent his entire career unable to get a pinfall on Scottye, and he is throwing everything he's got at him. Spear, spear, spear.
Mamoa Curry, pure and simple. A man I could never beat. A man, a god. Someone that I built an entire company around, Sills. That's who Mamoa Curry is. That's who Mamoa Curry will always be.
Tibbs, I don't know if you noticed that. I think we saw almost an act of sympathy there. He walked over with that kendo stick and then tossed it down, said, I didn't want to cause any more punishment. But it looks like Scottye Moore is more than willing to cause the punishment himself. He's backed up for that big DDT straight down onto that ladder.
Damn, Sills.
And the crowd is chanting, this is awesome, and I have got to agree, because he's set up for it. Wait a minute, was going for the SMG, but instead just mocked Mamoa as he got back to his feet, and what the hell is Scottye Moore thinking? He's got that steel chair, and he just cracks Mamoa over the skull with it, and you can see tears welling up in the face of Scottye Moore as he's just put that chair around the neck of Mamoa Curry. Scottye Moore is gone insane. No! Oh my God! Off the ropes! Spear! 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 1, 2, 3!
The winner of the match is the God of Law, God of the Sea, and God of the entire JWF. This is Mamoa Curry!
Tibbs, what we just saw was not a wrestling match. What we just saw was an absolute war between these two men.
Sills, what you just saw was some of the best wrestling I've ever seen in this company ever.
That's right, Mamoa Curry said he had something to prove tonight, and I think he did exactly that. But there's still a whole lot of the Regal Rumble to come, so make sure to come back tomorrow night. We've got the women's champion in action, Blake Tanner versus Ghazi, and most importantly, a 30-man Regal Rumble. But until then, he's been Captain Tibbs, I've been Silver Spoon, and this was night 1 of the Regal Rumble, and we will see you next time.